Now, I've got a question for you. Are you looking to get more customers without having to do all this cold outreach, boring marketing emails, posting stuff on social media and getting no views and no traction, all that so you can wish that you had more customers? Well, I'm going to show you a process today that you don't have to do any of that. In fact, all you have to do is set up this 5-step process and you will start getting referrals come to you so you don't have to do any outreach at all. In fact, just to prove that this has worked, this has achieved me over $1 million in revenue and sales. So make sure you grab a pen and take note on this and drop any comments below if you have any questions. By the way, I've got another step at the end of this video as well that shows you how to do this and increase your revenue without having to do referrals as well. So stick around to the end for step 6 because that one will really show you how you can massively increase your sales from your customers as well. So who am I? I'm Dr. Lewis Haydon, coach to very, very high income earners. I study the psychology and I interview high performers in business so that I can feed back to you guys on YouTube videos, on the podcast, so that you can learn, replicate, and do the same too. So let's get stuck in straight into the video. How do you get great referrals that are hot and ready to go? So step 1, you got to get referrals from people. Then you really need to understand that you can't just do a mediocre job for the clients that you already have. The clients that you have are your best asset. They have been sold to, they have seen the process that you do, they're getting results. And by the way, you need to deliver results on this. You can't just not deliver. So you have to make sure that the journey that you take your customer through, your current customers, are worthy of a referral. This can literally double or triple your income, by the way. So if you take one customer, that person can refer you at least once. So you take an income, that client may pay you, I don't know, $10,000 or $1,000. If it's $10,000, then it becomes $20,000. And that's just one referral. But using this process I'm about to show you, you'll be able to triple that, quadruple that, even 5 times, 10x that. But you've got to make sure that this foundation is in place to start with. And that is that you have a customer journey. So step 1 is to plan out your customer journey. How do you deliver 5-star customer journey that makes sure that they are having a fantastic experience and it includes wow moments along the way? You see, people don't remember what you do. They remember how you did it. Just think of the last time you had an experience. It may have been that you bought a car or you bought a house. Think about the last big purchase that you made. What was it that you actually remember? Something along the way may have turned you off or turned you on, right? So they wowed you in some way that made you remember that. You remembering those moments is caused by an emotional trigger. We call these the wow moments. Well, I call them the wow moments. So think about your customer journey. Don't just wing a customer journey. You need to have a customer journey that delivers them results. And within that journey, you break it down and you add these small moments into it that wow them along the way. And when you do that, you'll start to make sure that they're having an experience that creates a raving fan. And the more raving fans that you build in your business, the more that they will refer. But they've got to have a reason to refer in the first place. So think about your customer journey and how do you add wow moments in there. So step 2 is to actually get referrals. You can't just expect them to be given to you. You actually have to do some work. The amount of people I've met in the past and go, hey, Lewis, I don't get referrals, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, okay, what did you actually do? Show me your referral process. So your referral process actually has to be done by design, not by accident. You don't just go and ask somebody, hey, do you mind if you refer me? I mean, that is part of the process as well, but you actually have to have it built out. See, if you're not clear on your referral process, don't expect your customer to be. So first step, build a referral process. What does that look like? Have it on a piece of paper in front of you. This is how it happens. This is my referral process. You can now hand that over to somebody when they want to refer you. Remember why referrals are so great. Word of mouth marketing is the best marketing out there. It can be done wrong or it can be done right. Yeah. If someone gives you bad press, it is still word of mouth marketing against your personal brand. So you want to be able to show them how you give them a great experience, which was in step 1, and step 2, how you go through a process of giving them a great experience even when referring. So have your referral process written out. Then you have to teach them that referral process. This is how it works. Here it is on the document. Let me show you. This is how we refer. Number 3 is you have to ask them, okay? You actually have to ask them. Go out there and ask them, hey, do you know anybody? You said that I did a great result for you the other day. Would you mind sharing that with somebody else that's like-minded like you? Because I'd love to have more people that I can work with that are just like you. You are the perfect customer for me. If only my life was full of people like you. You see what I mean? There's some certain ways that you can start to ask them. The wording that you use is really, really important. Remember, your verbal language and non-verbal language is key here. So if you want to find out more about that, I have the A Players ebook in the description below. You can go and download that and check out the pages on verbal and non-verbal language. So you have to actually ask them. Here's a bonus part as well. Do an awesome job for them, right? You've got to set it in their mind. Set it in their mind that when you do an awesome job, from the start of working with that person, your client, it should be in your process, the process that you take a customer from A to B, that you mention from the start when you're talking with them, at some point during my work with you, I will ask you for a referral when I do an awesome job for you. That is okay to say. But the reason you say it from the start is that you don't know when that awesome job might occur in them. Just because they're not talking to you, they might be thinking of it. If you don't tell them that your business is built on referrals, then guess what? How will they ever know how to help you out too when that thought comes up? So a little bit of a bonus tip for step 2 is make sure that you position it from the start that, hey, my business grows and relies on you referring me. So I will ask for referrals throughout the process. But if it does come up in your mind, then please bear me in mind. Remember, you don't get referrals. You have to actually teach them how to refer you. So this is a really important step in getting referrals. Step 3 is when they have found that referral for you, they need to know how the best way is to refer you. Okay, so it's not just here's the referral process now. You've introduced Bob to me. Thank you. How would be the best way of me talking to Bob then? Would you like me to send an email out to you and Bob, or would you like to introduce Bob to me? See, Bob doesn't know you. Bob is the referral, okay? Bob is the potential person that doesn't know you, and the person who's working with your client hasn't really introduced you yet, okay? So this next step is really important, that you teach them how to refer you. Yeah, you teach them. So you give them the word in. Would you mind sending this template on to Bob? Just so there's no miscommunication. You see, your client is already an advocate or raving fan of you. Bob isn't, okay? So how do you start to warm Bob up? Yeah? So if they are already connected with Bob, your client, you can say to your client, would you mind saying this to Bob, or would you mind giving him a call? The last thing you want to do is go, hey, here's Bob's number. It's just a completely cold call. You should call him. That's not going to work. You need your client to do the warm-up introduction. If there's any other way to do it as well, and level 2 of this would be, hey, rather than just calling Bob out the blue, when we're the next time you meet him, would you mind dropping my name into conversation? Yeah, and then you can use the Socratic language that I talk about in the ebook as well. Go and get your copy. It's free. Use Socratic language of how you can start to get them to be bought into you without feeling salesy, okay? There's quite a bit in that step 3, but it's really important that you must teach your client how to refer you even when they have you a referral, okay? Don't assume that they all know. You need to teach them. Step 4 is in your referral process, you need to tell them how they're going to get rewarded for it. Now, a lot of referrals probably won't want to take a reward, i.e. a financial transaction for it, but it's a thank you in how to do it. And here's why it's really important. If you know your numbers of your business, you will know how much it costs you to acquire a client. For example, right? If you were to spend £500 on Facebook ads, would you get any clients from it? You don't know. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. So let's say it's £500, $1,000, whatever it may be, okay? You need to then take that $1,000, $500, £500, whatever, wherever you are in the world, that $500, and then say, okay, look, it would usually cost me $500 to acquire this client. I will give you that $500 for doing all the marketing for me. Think about it. It saves you time. It saves you the money of a lead that might convert, where if it's a referral, they're pretty warm and ready to go, right? So why not thank someone for it? But you need to teach that to people. Now, some people are money orientated and they might like that. Some people just like to see it as a good gesture. I find that whenever I've done a referral process like this, Even if people say, look, I don't want the money, I'll go, well, go and do it and take your kids out for a day, or go and buy your wife something nice, or buy your husband something. Yeah, you see, take somebody out for dinner or something. It's the gesture that matters. But you think, knowing about your numbers and understanding your figures in your business, you should be able to understand your cost of acquisition anyway. So why not add this into your referral process, and you'll be surprised what sort of outcomes you get from this and how your business starts to scale pretty fast. I'm talking about your personal business, whether that be clients on the side or you as your own business anyway. Remember, to do this, you need to know your numbers. You need to understand your marketing costs and your cost of acquisition. Now, step 5, start to think about how you can prompt them more often to ask for a referral. They're not always thinking about the people that they may know. And even if you do ask the referral, they go, oh yeah, no worries. I'll think about somebody. And if anybody comes up, I'll send them your way. That's not good enough. What you need to do is go the next level. If you look in the ebook, I know this is the third time I've referred to the ebook, there is a thing in there that starts to talk about how you start to acquire clients. And there's different columns of multiple ways of who you need to start speaking to acquire your next client. Even if you had no clients, or if you got 10 clients, 100 clients, it doesn't matter. This is a great exercise you can do. Now you have the names in those columns. It'll make a lot more sense when you actually see the ebook. Now you've got the names that you know that you want the referral for. And if you don't do the exercise, it's still okay. You just need to know who you want as a referral. You need to then tell that person specifically that you want to talk to that person. So it could be Sarah at XYZ food company. And go, hey, look, I see that you're connected with Sarah XYZ food company. I would really like to work with that person because they're very like-minded. I see the stuff that they post and I think I could do a lot of work with them, whether it be a marketing services business, whatever it may be. You can then say, would you mind introducing me to that person next time you see them? And then you go back to the step 1, 2, 3, and 4 to show that person exactly that you'd want to work with that person. You see, without doing this, the other person doesn't really understand, out of the thousands of people that they might know, how they can actually help you. So this is a really important step. Don't expect them to just do it for you. You need to tell them who you want to be referred to sometimes as well. Okay, so I promised you that there'll be a step 6 as well of how to do all this and increase your revenue without having to do referrals as well. And this is quite simple like this. The best customer is the customer that you already have. So rather than trying to get new customers, think about what could you also do and sell to serve that customer better. So for example, if you were a food company, then perhaps that they may get thirsty as well. So partner up with a drinks company and give them food and drink. You see what I mean? So who do you need to partner with, or who do you need to have on board with you that you can then start to go in there and offer more services to the people that you already have? You see, branding, whether it be personal brand or a business brand, is extremely important. It means that they trust you, they know your values, they know that you deliver, they know everything about you already. So they are going to buy from you more likely than anybody else. So think about it. Okay, what other services could you do? McDonald's does this very well, by the way. Rather than just selling burgers, they go, hey, would you like fries and a drink with that? Okay, would you like to go large? It's the same sort of thing. People may say it's called upselling. I don't really like the word upselling. They're going to go and buy this stuff anyway, and they need your help. Okay, so if you understand your client even more, you'll understand that they need to have these services. So why not be delivered under the umbrella of your personal brand as well? And by doing this, you don't really need to get any more referrals. Yeah, you can just get the customer that you have to start spending more with you and service them better. So think about it. The best way to get more business is actually from the customers that you already have. Okay, so there's 6 steps of how you can not just get more referrals, but how you can also increase your revenue significantly from the customers that you already have. If you don't have these customers and you'd like to go out and get new customers, not from referrals, then I have a video on this. It shows you how to get them as a side hustle, but also if you want to get more customers in your business. This is a very useful video as well. So go and check that out now, and make sure you got a pen, because there's some great notes in that one too to help you get paid more in any job.